Hello everyone, this is my Sea of Thieves Curse Cannonball tier list. We got all of them right here, the green ones and the purple ones, and we'll be going with them, rating them from S to F. If you disagree with them, just put your ideas in the comments. Alright, starting off with the barrel ball. F. It's terrible. I cannot think of a single time in any fight where I've had to use the barrel ball. It basically provides almost no strategic advantage. It just locks the opponent's barrels for just a few seconds. And I really can't think of a moment where in a fight I was like, oh, you know what would help me right now? Using the barrel ball. But no. The barrel ball, it's terrible. As for the limp ball, this it's alright. Now, I'd say putting it in C tier, purely because when you want to send someone over, the limp ball helps a lot for the person who's boarding the enemy ship. The limp ball slows down opponents, it makes it sort of harder for them to bucket, and unless they're using the sword, they're basically completely immobile, especially when there's an opponent on their ship killing them. So, limp ball's good, only for boarding, but besides that, there's nothing really else. It doesn't help you sink the ship, and you also have to rely on your teammate being good, so which isn't always the case. Now, as for the ballast ball, that's a solid B tier. Sinking ships faster is nice, but it's really most effective on bigger ships. Like if a galleon it has a ton of second deck holes, or a brigantine, for example. Ballast ball is good for those, for sinking them faster. If a crew is distracted and they're not currently bucketing their ship, then that's the best time to use a ballast ball. What's the next one? Grog ball. Okay, this one's B tier as well. This one's really good, again, if you have someone boarding them, but it's also good for just completely messing up their aim. If they have an angle on you, a really bad angle for you, then hitting them with the grog ball completely messes up their aim, completely messes up everything. So it's B tier, but pretty it's a go-to ball, honestly, to use in fights. It's a solid one. The jig ball, I want to put this one in S tier. Reasoning because it makes enemies completely immobile, which is again good for boarders, but it's also just funny. They're sitting there while their ship is sinking, while they're taking holes. Actually, I'm gonna put this in A tier. They're sitting there while their ship is sinking, while they're taking holes, and there's nothing they can do but dance. The only reason that I'm dropping this from S tier to A tier is simply because once you jig ball them, it's only for so long, and then you also have to not shoot at where they are because cannonball knockback makes it so that they're out of the trance, out of the curse, whatever you'd call it. The peace ball. This one's S tier, easily. There's pretty much nothing bad about the peace ball. It doesn't have anything bad about it, really. Completely makes it so that the opponent cannot shoot you. It's great, honestly. It's good to use in fights, especially if two ships are coming at each other and they both get angle on each other at the exact same time. I would use this. Honestly. And plus, once the curse wears off, the opponent then has to take time to move the cannon downwards to get back into aiming, which then you could take advantage of already. It's a good ball, honestly. Love these balls. Wary ball, pretty much the same thing as the jig ball. It goes into A tier. Just instead of making them dance, it just puts them to sleep. It's the same thing, really. Rigging ball. So the rigging ball I'm gonna have to put in B tier because the anchor ball is definitely better. But it's like the rigging ball, if an opponent has a mast that's down, that's the worst time to use a rigging ball because it'll instantly raise their mast. And if you want your opponent to stop moving, the rigging ball won't cancel their momentum. Like, sure, it'll raise their sails, but they'll just slowly go to a halt. And by the time they do stop moving, the curse will have already lasted off, and they'll just drop their sails again instantly. It is good, though, for landing chain shots. I'm going to put it in A tier instead. The rigging ball is good for taking advantage of angles and starting to use chain shots. Anchor ball, S tier, easily. Easily S tier. This, I mean, there's nothing bad about it. It's the best curse ball, without a doubt. Is the best one. If an opponent has an angle on you, anchor ball them. They may lose that angle, especially if they're turning. If they're about to get away, or if they're turning out of your angle, anchor ball them, and they're done. And then once they're anchored, you can instantly go to chain shots. It's great, honestly. The anchor ball is just the perfect cursed cannonball. It's overpowered, really. The helm ball. Yeah, this one I'm gonna have to put in D tier. It does have some use, perhaps, like if you want to keep an opponent from turning out of an angle. If you have them in a good angle and you know from their fighting patterns that they're going to try and turn out and run away, then the helm ball is good because it limits their angle. But for the most part, just like the barrel ball, I haven't really had a moment where in a fight I thought, ooh, the helm ball, that'd be a great thing to use right now. And besides, even with the helm ball curse, opponents can still move the steering wheel ever so slightly. Not a lot, but it's enough to turn a little bit. All right, Venom Ball. I'm gonna have to put this at D tier as well. Actually, I'm gonna put it at C tier. So the thing about the Venom Ball is that, like the Limp Ball, it's good for PvP if you're sending someone over. But it's especially good if you combine it with fire bombs to do the added extra damage. But that's pretty much it. The Limp Ball doesn't have many uses to it beyond that. I mean, even if you wanted to use it for PvE, fire bombs would be better. I mean, it just doesn't have that many uses along with the Limp Ball. Well, that's it. To recap, Peace Ball and Anchor Ball are S tier. Jig Ball, Wary Ball, and Rigging Ball are A tier. Ballast Ball and Grog Ball are B tier. Limp Ball and Venom Ball are C tier. Helm Ball's D tier. I skipped E tier, and Barrel Ball's F tier because that thing sucks. Oh, yeah, and the Barrel Ball gets minus extra points because it does nothing in PvE. In any PvE situation, it does absolutely nothing. Because skeletons don't ever run to the barrels on the skeleton ships. They literally spawn cannonballs and curse balls out of thin air. Alright, well, that's that. Please like and subscribe. That's that.